Okay, so welcome back for those of you who've been here for lesson 1 to 3. Okay, today is lesson 4. Okay, those of you who are new here, okay, I'll give you a little bit of introduction. Okay, so I'm Miss Chang. Okay, I'm from Math Accelerator Center. Okay, we specialize in math and we help students with borderline grades turn around the results within a short period of time. Okay, so if you are struggling with your problem sums, especially, okay, don't know how to apply the strategies or you don't even know the strategies, okay, you can come to us and we'll help you teach you the step-by-step approaches, okay, to solving problem sums. So what's the objective of these lessons? Okay, we want to improve students' understanding and confidence in tackling problem sums. So most of the time when students are struggling in mathematics, it's usually because of the issue with problem sums. Okay, maybe they're not able to identify the keywords. Okay, not sure what the strategies are. Okay, even if they do know, they're not able to apply it. Okay, so this is to help you to solve the problem sums systematically. Okay, show you how they can be solved within a few steps. So we'll be covering topics that are integral to the upcoming assessments that you will have. Okay, and lay the foundation for PSLE. Okay, if you are primary 5 this year, okay, it will be relevant for you next year. If you're primary 6 this year, okay, that will be relevant for you next year, this year. Okay, so in the end will still be relevant to you. Okay, so what is the lesson outline? Okay, we'll be doing strategy 1 first, okay, and then strategy 2, it will be on some trending exam type questions, which means questions that have been coming out quite often, right? So we'll just try those questions and make sure you know how to approach them step by step. Okay, so here are the ground rules as usual. Okay, your audio will be muted, so if you want to communicate, you can type in the chat. Okay, you can type in the chat to ask questions or answer questions that I have for you. Okay, don't spam the chat, be considerate. Okay, listen attentively, write down the solutions, and have fun. Okay, so before I start on the questions, okay, so I mentioned this last week. We do have an upcoming March holiday bootcamp. Okay, from primary 4 to Sec 2. So if you have brothers and sisters that you want to join, okay, you can sign up for it. We have both online and on-site. So the seats are already being taken up. So if you want to sign up, okay, you have to quickly go and secure your seats. Okay, so if it's all fully booked, you wouldn't be able to join in. Okay, so more information I'll give you at the end of the lesson. Okay, so if you want to take a look, I have sent the link into the chat. Right, so if you want to sign up for the bootcamp, it's to help you close any learning gaps that you have on your problem sums, okay, or whichever level you are doing, okay. Okay, so let's start on the questions. Okay, so today we'll be doing working backwards for strategy 1. So let's take a look at the steps. Okay, so first of all, you want to draw the model at the end, okay, which means when you read the question, okay, you want to portray the model using the last part of the question, okay, which means what happens at the end, okay, then we'll draw that first. Then we'll work backwards, okay, adding or subtracting accordingly into your model. So once you do that, okay, you're trying to work back to the start of the question, okay, work backwards. And then you find the relationship between the units and the value and then solve for the answer. All right, so let's try and apply this. Okay, same thing, you have this box here. If you have anything that you feel you have learned and you don't want to forget it, okay, you can write it down in this box here. Okay, so let's start. Okay, question 1. So Leonard has $24 more than Matthew at first. Okay, this at first. After Leonard spent $8, Matthew received another $4. Leonard now has twice as much money as Matthew. Okay, how much money did Leonard have at first? Okay, so we're going to work backwards. So let's draw the model for Leonard and Matthew. Okay, so if you want to work backwards, we need to draw the model at the end first. So looking at the question, okay, the last part here, Leonard now has twice as much money as Matthew. Twice as much, which means Leonard will have 2 units here. Leonard, 1 unit. Okay, so let's draw that first. Okay, so start drawing your model. 2 units, 1 unit. Okay, so this at the end. So remember when you're drawing the model, okay, in your head you should be thinking, okay, this is at the end, right? And we're working backwards. So after Leonard spent $8 and Matthew received $4, then we ended up here. Okay, so on top of spend $8, okay, if you spend $8, that is minus $8. If Matthew received another $4, receive, which means plus $4, so plus 4. Okay, but if you're working backwards, your signs will be opposite. If you minus 8, you would add back the 8. Okay, how about the receive 4? You plus 4. Working backwards is the opposite. So you should subtract 4 away. So take away the $4 that Matthew received because at the start he has not received it yet. Okay, so minus 4. Okay, here plus 8. Opposite. So this 4 here, okay, we can bring it up. It is the same over here, right? Bring it up. So now we've come to the start of the question, whereby Leonard has $24 more than Matthew at first because we worked backwards already. So Matthew is left with this portion here, okay, without the 4 anymore. Okay, the $4 is no longer there because Matthew did not have this $4 at the start. Okay, so now I need to label the $24 more. Is it 24 here? Okay, or is it 24 here? Is it the red color or the green color? Where is the 24 that you have to label? Can you type in the chat, red or green? Where should the $24 more than Matthew be at? Red or green? Okay. So majority of you chose red. Okay, so that is correct. It should be red, not green. Okay, so if you've chosen green, okay, that means that you don't understand where Matthew is now. Okay, Matthew does not have the 4 anymore. Okay, which means this highlighted part is what he has at the start. So whatever that is more than Matthew at the start here, okay, will be the 24. And okay, we do know that each of these here okay, are 1 unit. So are you able to find out what is 1 unit? Looking at your model now. Okay, look carefully. How do you find the 1 unit? Okay, I help you out. You should be looking at this part here. Okay, how do you find the 1 unit? What should you do? What's the steps? Okay. Okay, good. Yep. I see the answers, the correct answers. Yes. Okay. 1 unit will be 24 minus 4 minus 8. Or you can add 4 and 8 first, then subtract from 24. Also okay, up to you. Okay, because, okay, for those of you who are not sure why, 24 is made up of 4 plus 1 unit plus 8. So if you want to find 1 unit, you need to take away 8 and 4 to be left with the 1 unit here. Okay, so what's your 1 unit? Can you calculate? Okay, 12. Thank you. So 12. Now, how much money did Leonard have at first? Okay, so finding out 1 unit is not your final answer. We still need to find out how much Leonard had at first. Okay, so look at your model carefully. Which part of the model is Leonard at first? Okay, is it this part? The one in yellow? Okay, or the one in green? Okay, yellow or green? Yellow does not include 8. Green includes the 8. Leonard at first, huh? Okay, it has to be green, not yellow. Okay, it has to be the 8 included, because at first, has Leonard spent the $8? Has he spent the $8 at first? No, haven't yet. So you have to include the $8 because it's not spent yet. So it will be 2 units plus $8. That's Leonard at first. Okay, so find your 2 units. 12 plus 12 plus 8. Final answer? Okay, thank you. Kabitra, Celeste. Okay, 32. $32. Okay, that's how much Leonard had at first. Okay, so working this model out at the start, okay, may not be so easy. Okay, you need to do it step by step, slowly. Okay, then you get the hang of it. Okay, any questions? Okay, now let's go to question 2. Why is it minus 4? Oh, okay. You can take this as 1 unit, but your steps will be different. You can still get the same answer. Okay, but if you take the big blue box as the unit, okay, these are the steps to solve it. Okay, Xingyang. If you want to take this as 1 unit, you can also do that, but your steps will be different. It's a lot more tedious. Plus 8 because Leonard is 2 units plus 8 at the start. They want at first. And Leonard has not spent $8 at the start yet, which means he still had that $8. If they're asking for at the end, then yes, you don't need to include the 8. Okay, but they want at first. So please include the $8 here to get your final answer. Okay? Yazini? Yeah, okay. Question 2. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay, Jerry has $90 more than Claire at first. Okay, at first. After Jerry spent $36 and Claire received another $14, Jerry now has twice as much money as Claire. How much money did Jerry have at first? Okay, so if you picked up the strategy in question 1, okay, if you're confident, go ahead, you can start drawing the model by yourself, then check back with me after you're done. For those of you who are still unsure with question 1, okay, you just follow along with me when I'm drawing the model. So we have Jerry and Claire. We're going to start at the end, which is the twice as much money as Claire. Twice, which means Jerry 2 units, Claire 1 unit. Okay, annotate in your question. So we're going to draw 2 units here for Jerry and 1 unit for Claire. Okay, then now we need to work backwards. So this model is at the end, which is after Jerry spent $36 and after Claire received another $14. Okay, you spend 36 means minus 36. You receive money means you add plus 14. Okay, but if you're working backwards, it will be the opposite. Okay, so if you spend 36 minus 36, will you want to minus 36 here or plus 36? You're working backwards. Plus or minus 36 to your model. Okay, correct, Chloe. Okay, Trina, yep, Rim. Okay, so you must plus. If you're working backwards, it's the opposite. So we add it back in. Okay, give Jerry back the 36 because at the start, it has not been spent. Okay, so the plus is just to tell you you're adding it back in. Okay, and then $14, do you plus or minus from Claire? Plus or minus 14? Okay, good, minus. Because working backwards, you do the opposite, right? So take away the 14 from Claire, minus 14. Okay, this 14, we can bring it up. This is also 14. So Claire, after you take away the 14, she has this much left at the start. Okay, this is at the start. As for Jerry, it will be everything here. So where do I label the $90 more than Claire? At first. Okay, here comes the question again. Is 90 over here, red color, okay, or green color? Okay, red or green? This is at the start. Where should you label the 90, red or green? Take note, Claire right now is the highlighted part. This is how much she had at the start. And Jerry is 90 more than her at the start. Okay, good. Majority of you chose red. Okay, it has to be red here. Okay, if you chose green, okay, let me explain why must it be red. Okay, if you chose green, it means that you're saying that Claire has this much at the start, which is wrong because did Claire have that $14 at the start? Okay, those of you who chose green. Don't have. She didn't have that at the start, which means it's only this part here. So any more than that will be Jerry's $90 more. Okay, so you must know where to label the 90. So this is 1 unit, okay, and this is 1 unit. From when we drew Jerry as twice as much as Claire, okay, the blue box here. 1 unit, 1 unit. So how to find your 1 unit? Looking at this part here. Once again, how to find the 1 unit? What's your step? Okay, yep. Function, yes. Okay, ask for, yep. Okay, good. Yep. Ayman. Okay, so yes, a lot of you got it. 90 minus 14 minus 36. Okay, or you can add them first. 14 plus 36, then you minus. Okay, so this 90 consists of 14, 1 unit, and 36. So take away the 14 and 36 from 90, you'll be left with the 1 unit, which is 40. Okay, thank you. So 40 is 1 unit. Let's find Jerry at first. Okay, Jerry at first. 1 unit and 1 unit, that's 2 units. Do I need to include 36? Yes or no? Include 36? Yes or no? This at first, at first. Can you think properly before you answer? Okay. Yes, you should include the 36. Because at first, Jerry has not spent the 36 yet. It is still with him. So you have to include the 36. So 2 units, 40 plus 40 plus 36. That will get you your final answer, which is, what do you get for your final answer? Okay, thank you. 116. So $116, that's how much Jerry had at first. Okay, great. Yep, 116. Okay, good. Let's try the next one. Question 3, next page. Okay, I'll leave this here if you're still copying. Okay, Jeremy has $92 more than Libby at first. Okay, at first. After Jeremy spent $36 and Libby received another $12, Jeremy now has twice as much money as Libby. How much money did Jeremy have at first? Okay, so if you've been listening carefully from question 1 and 2, okay, you should be an expert at this already. Okay, so if you're confident, do go and try and draw the model by yourself now. Okay, then check with me afterwards. Okay, those of you who are still unsure, okay, you can follow along. So Jeremy and Libby will start from the back, which is twice as much as Libby here. So annotate twice as much means 2 units and 1 unit. So draw it in. 2 and 1. Okay, you can continue on if you know what to do next. Okay, and then now we're going to check if we need to add on or subtract from the model. So this is after, okay, Jeremy spent $36, which means he took away 36. And Libby received 12, so plus 12. Okay, so when we want to work backwards, this 36, okay, you minus 36 to end up here. To go back to the start, what do? Plus or minus 36? Okay, EY plus 36. Okay, Olivia, yep. Yes, you should plus. Because working backwards is the opposite. Same goes for this 12 here. If you plus 12, you work backwards, you minus 12. Okay, opposite. Okay, so if it helps, do annotate your question. Okay, so it's easier for you to check. Okay, opposite, opposite. Okay, now Jeremy has 92 more than Libby at first. This 12 here, okay, you can bring it up. This is also 12. Okay, Ashton, yeah, you can go. Don't need to ask. Okay, now label 92. Give you a few seconds. Can you label $92 in your model first? Okay, if you're not sure, you can refer back to question 1 and 2. Where did we label the starting? Okay, how much more? Okay, label already. It should be here, 92. Okay, because Libby at the start is only until this part here. Alright, do not include the 12 because Libby did not have that 12 at the start. So $92 more at first should start from here. And since we know that this is 1 unit, and this is also 1 unit, okay, can you find out what is the value of 1 unit? Okay, test your understanding. Can you choose your answers once you've found 1 unit? Okay, I've started a poll. If you haven't selected your answers, you can go and select it now. Okay, what's the value of 1 unit in this question? Okay, a few more seconds. If you want to select your answer, quickly select it. Okay, let's check. Okay, so the majority of you chose $44 as 1 unit. Okay, so to find 1 unit, we make use of the $92 more here, which consists of 1 unit, 12, and 36. So to find 1 unit, you have to take away 12 and 36, both of it. If you selected 80 and 80 or 56, that means that you only subtracted 1 of each. Okay, you need to subtract both to find 1 unit because 92 consists of all 3 of it, 12, 1 unit, and 36. So that will get you 44 as 1 unit. Okay, so good job, those of you who chose 44 as your answer, okay, for 1 unit. Now we want Jeremy at first. Okay, so you can actually refer to question 2 on the left side here. Okay, what did we do for Jeremy at first? we have 1 unit, 1 unit, 2 units. Okay, do we need to include 36? Okay, they want Jeremy at first. Yes. Okay, same as the previous questions. You have to add 36 because they want Jeremy at first, which means he has not spent the 36. Okay, so keep that in mind. So 44 plus 44 plus 36 because each unit is 44. Final answer? One, two, four. Okay. Can we just add 44 to 92? No, you cannot do that because your 1 unit is this part here. This is 44. If you take 44 plus 92, you are adding extra 12 here. Unless you go and find out what is this, which is 44 minus 12. Okay, so you should work in terms of 2 unit plus 36. Okay, that will be better. Okay, so if you take 44 plus 92, it wouldn't get you that 124, right? Because you're adding extra 12. Okay, great. Let's go to question 4. Okay, I'll leave question 3 here if you're still copying. Okay, question 4. Ruby has $126 more than Sapphire at first. After Ruby spent $12 and Sapphire received another $8, Ruby now has thrice as much money as Sapphire. Okay, take note, this is a little bit different. It is no longer twice, but now it's thrice. How much money did Ruby have at first? Okay, so if it's thrice, how many units must I draw for Ruby? How many units to draw for Sapphire? Okay, put R, how many units? S, how many units? Okay, good. R is 3. So I'm labeling here 3 units. Okay, S is 1. Good. Thrice. Alright, so Ruby and Sapphire. Okay, this will be 3 times. So we draw 3 units. And 1 for Sapphire. Okay, 3 units, 1 unit. Now we're going to work backwards. After Ruby spent $12, then she ended up with these 3 units. And Sapphire received $8, then she ended up with this. So to work backwards, remember your signs will be the opposite. You're doing the opposite. So you minus 12 to end up here. So to work backwards, add it back in. Plus 12. Okay, opposite. Sapphire received $8 to end up here. Work backwards, remove the 8 that she received. Take away, minus 8. Okay, fill it in your model. Now, Ruby has $126 more than Sapphire at first. So do take note where is the units, okay, and where is Ruby at first, and where is Sapphire at first. Okay, so Sapphire at first is without the 8 because we removed it. As for Ruby, it is everything here because we added back the 12. So now label your $126 more. Okay, this is at first. Right, give you a few seconds. Can you label 126 in your model? Okay, the 8, you can bring it up. It's the same. You can bring up the 8. So whatever is more than the highlighted part here for Sapphire will be the 1, 2, 6. Okay, can you check your work? This is 1, 2, 6. Okay, so we know that each of these are 1 unit because we drew our 3 times as much just now. These are units. Okay, so how do I make the relationship between the units and the money here? Can I find 2 units? Okay, make use of this. You find the value of 2 units. Yes, okay, you can. How do you find it? Okay. Yep. Yeah, I see some of your answers. Yep, Basti, correct. Hina, yeah, correct. Okay, 126 minus 8 minus 12. Because by adding 8 and 2 units to 12, okay, you can get 126. So to get the 2 units, you need to remove 8 and 12 to be left with the 2 units. That will get you 106. Okay, thank you. So that's 2 units. Okay, let's find 1 unit. Okay, so 106 divided by 2. 53. Okay. Final answer to find Ruby at first. Okay, remember Ruby, you must look at your model. Which part of it must you use, okay, in your final answer? Okay, good. I see some answers. 53 is 1 unit, and Ruby has 3 units. So you times 3. However, you still need to include the 12, okay, because they're asking for Ruby at first. Final answer, 159 plus 12. Yes, 171. Good. Okay, those of you who did it by yourself, you get 171. Good job. Okay, so those of you who are still confused, okay, I hope it's a lot clearer right now. Okay, do go and practice this again. Okay, so someone asked, how do you know if to work backwards? Okay, so usually you want to start off with, if they say it's twice as much, twice as much, okay, then you start off wherever that starts first. Okay, then if it's at the end here, twice as much, then you work backwards. Okay, if it doesn't work, okay, there are some questions where it's not so standard. Okay, if you draw it twice as much and then you work backwards, you find that it's very difficult, then don't worry. Okay, then you try working forward. If one doesn't work, the other one will work. Okay, so you see which one is better. Okay, for these questions, working backwards is much easier. Okay, so do go and try these questions again. Okay, make sure you get it locked in your head. Okay, how to do it. Okay, Ashton, calculation error. Okay, don't be careless. Okay, very wasted if you are careless, right? You know how to do, but you cannot get the answer because you typed wrongly. Okay, let's look at question 1, strategy 2. Okay, so we've completed our working backwards segment. Okay, now we're doing trending whole number questions. Okay, which are some questions that can come out because they're quite common nowadays. So let's take a look at this. So Crystal had 62 beads at first. She and her 5 other friends bought another 148 beads. They shared the beads equally among themselves. Write down a number statement that represents the total number of beads Crystal has now. What is a number statement? Okay, whatever you did just now. Let's say it is, just now we did 44 plus 44. Okay, let's say plus 36. Okay, this is a number statement, which means you're working. Okay, so think about this question. I'm going to start a poll. Okay, which one should it be? You have 62 at first, and then you bought another 148. Then now they're being shared equally amongst themselves. So which of these represents how many beads Crystal has now after it was divided? Okay, can you choose? What should the answer be? Okay, the number statement, which means what will you write down, okay, in order for you to get the answer. Okay, a little hint here, order of operations. Okay, so do take note, which one will you do first? Will you plus, divide? Okay, which one will you do first? That's the hint I can give you. Okay, select your answers. They shared the beads equally among themselves. So do you need to include Crystal? Okay, think about it. Okay, a few more seconds. You want to select your answer, you select now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, a lot of you chose option 3. Okay, which is correct. Alright, so there is a tie, okay, about a tie between option 2 and 4. Okay, about 4 of you chose option 1. So let's see, okay, why is your answer option 3? Okay, first of all, okay, Crystal has 62 beads. So let's write down 62. And then she and her 5 other friends bought another 148. Okay, and then these beads are equally shared equally amongst themselves, which means these beads are divided by 6 people because she and 5 other friends. Total, you have 6 people. Okay, and why must you put the bracket? Okay, remember your order of operations. If you have divide and you have a plus. Okay, let's say you chose option 2. Okay, this is option 3. Let's say you chose option 2. 62 plus 148 divided by 6. Some of you forget to add Crystal, right? That's why you chose divide 5. Okay, you see this 62 plus 148 divided by 6. If you did your order of operations, plus and divide, which would you do first? Plus or divide? Which one comes first? For option 2. You will do divide first, correct? So if you went to solve this, you would go and divide this first, then you add the 62, which is not correct because they are dividing the sum of the new bits, new number of bits, after they added the 148. So if you didn't put the bracket, you go and divide this first. Okay, you're not dividing the actual new number of bits that was added up, 62 plus 148. Okay, you will end up dividing 148 by itself and adding 62, which is not correct. Okay, so you have to put the bracket on to show that you are going to add them up first, then you divide by 6. Okay, so if it's option 3, your steps would be, if you split it up, it will be 62 plus 148. Get an answer, then you divide by 6, which is correct. Option 2, you are taking 148 divide by 6. Then you take the answer plus 62 to get your answer, which is not correct. Okay, so do take note, testing you on your order of operations. Okay. And yeah, the other issue was that you have to have 6 people, she and 5 other friends. So if you see 5, don't straight away go and divide by 5. Okay, do read carefully, there are 6 people in total. Okay, let's do question 2. Okay, so they only want the statement, so you just write it down. 62 plus 148 divided by 6. That's the statement. Okay, they want bits now, which is after you divide it. Okay, question 2. An art club had 2,300 members in year 2018. 600 of them left in 2019. Question 1, no need to put answer because they're just asking you to write down a number statement to represent total. You can or you don't put also okay, the final answer. Okay, most importantly, you must put this in. Okay, then you get the mark already. Okay, so we're gonna put it in a table. We have the year and we will have the members here. So in year 2018, it was at first 2,300. 600 of them left in 2019. Left, so we subtract away. Okay, step by step. Can you use your calculator? Okay, or if you know what's the answer, can you give me the answer? 2,300 minus 600. Okay, thank you, Olivia. Read in 1,700. Okay, yep, Matthew, Emily, 1,700. Okay, so now 182 new members joined in 2020. Join. Okay, so testing you on your comprehension. Join means you add. So add to what? Okay, you add to the 1,700. Okay, don't go and add to the 2018. This is after 600 left. Okay, so we have a new number plus 182. What do you get? Okay, thank you. 1882. So is your final answer 1882? No, because you have to read the question. How many more members were there in 2018 than in 2020? They're asking you for difference. between 2018 2020. So what's your final step? Yes, take this minus this difference. Okay, how many more? So final step, 2300 minus 1882. Final answer, what do you get? Okay, thank you. Yep, 418. Okay, great. Let's carry on. Question 3. Okay, very wordy question. Okay, but we slowly work it out. It's actually not very difficult. Okay, every month Robin spends $150 on transport, $254 on meals, and gives twice as much money as he spends on food to his parents. Okay, so let's write down the first sentence first. Okay, transport is $150 on the meals, which means the food that he buys to eat. This is $254. Okay, so we just list it down first, so it's easier for us afterwards. And then he gives twice as much money as he spends on food to the parents. Okay, so the trick here is you need to know that they're talking about the food here. Okay, you spend on food means you spend on the meals that you eat. So twice as much would mean 254 times 2. Okay, twice. What do you get here? Okay, thank you, Olivia. 508. Okay, TWR 508, yes. Okay, then he saves the rest of his monthly salary. Okay, then we have save the rest. Okay, let's find out how much he saves. Robin saves twice as much money as he gives his parents every month. Twice. So the parents we found out is 508. Twice would mean times 3. What do you get here? Okay. 1524. Yes, thank you. So what is Robin's monthly salary? So you did all this work already. You've done it all. Then how to find the monthly salary? How to find the salary? Okay, you did all this, you still don't get the mark, the final mark. Okay, at what? Aiman, at what? Everything. Okay, because all of this came from his salary. All of it was spent or saved. So add everything up. Okay, so you can start typing your calculator. What's your final answer? I see some answers that are different. You all type wrongly. 2436. Okay. Yep. Okay, if you didn't get 2436, you all press wrongly. Calculator. Go and press again. 2436. Okay, so that's how much he has monthly salary. Okay, don't be careless. Okay, get the answer. Okay, got it. All right. Question 4. Let's do question 4. I'll leave this here if you still need it. Okay, let's read the question. Ella had some cookies. She gave away 18 of them. Peter gave her the same number of cookies as the number of cookies she had left. Okay, so when you're reading, analyze keywords. She then put all the cookies equally into 7 boxes. Each box contained 10 cookies. Okay, which means one box has 10 cookies. How many cookies did Ella have at first? Okay, so some of you, okay, you can see it straight away, right? See, Hazel, you're writing it down already. Okay, if you see straight away, good for you. You can go and solve it already. For those of you who see this question and you see stars, okay, don't worry, we draw the model. Okay, you should be able to see it better. Okay, so let's say this is before. This is the cookies that Ella had. Okay, we're going to work forward. She gave away 18 of them. So take away 18. Okay, you don't want the 18 already. Give away. So what is left? This part here. Okay, so you bring it down. Whatever is left, this is left. And now Peter gave her the same number of cookies as the number of cookies she had left, which means this here, Peter gave the same amount. And now the cookies that she now has are put equally into 7 boxes, each box containing 10 cookies. So how do you find what is the value here? Now that you know each box is 10 cookies and you have 7 boxes. Okay, good. 7 times 10, which is 70. Then what's your next step? You know that this is 70. You want Ella at first, which is this part here. How to find? Step by step. You know that these are equal, correct? You can label them as units, which means 70 is actually 2 units. Okay, so find 1 unit. 70, yes, divide by 2. That will get you 35. Okay, thank you. So this is 35, 35, 35. But is 35 the number of cookies that Ella had at first? No. One more step. Do what? 35? Yes, add back the 18. Okay, add it back in because at the start she has not given them away, the 18. Final answer would be 53. Okay, good. Okay, so step by step, draw the model. Okay, and then you should know what to do from there afterwards. Okay, so that was the last question. Okay, if you still need to copy, right, I'll show it to you later on. Okay, so let's do a recap. Today we did working backwards and some training questions. So which were the most difficult? Okay, or which was the most difficult question? If it's strategy 1, you can put S1 question 4. Okay, for example, oops, yeah, S1 question 4. Okay, something like this. Okay, or S2 question 1. S2 easier than S1. Okay, so strategy 1 quite difficult. Okay. 4 need to use brain cells. Yes, actually all need but question 4 maybe burn more of your brain cells. All of them easy, Jinhao. Okay, great. Okay, so if it's difficult, then you go and try again, then it will get easier for you. Okay, until it becomes a piece of cake. Yeah, so just practice more. Okay, you go and try it again. So, okay, your upcoming assessments. Okay, I know that you all have some assessment coming up. Okay, be it your WA, okay, or they call it the CA. So if you have any mistakes that are always occurring and you feel like you want to bridge the learning gap, okay, you want to go more in depth on how to solve your problem sums, okay, do take note, we have an upcoming bootcamp, okay, during the March holidays. So if you want to join, okay, let me type it in the chat. Okay, do visit the website. Okay, you can sign up. Okay, let me show you. Once you click on it, okay, you can click on whichever level you're at, okay, or your brother and sisters, they want to sign up, they can do so. Okay, so let's say you're primary 5, you choose primary 5, okay, and then you can see what's being covered. Okay, what's being covered, and if you want to sign up, okay, you can fill in the form here. Okay, depends on which slot you choose function. Yeah. Okay, so we have 2 runs, 5.1, 5.2, okay, 16 March, 17 March, okay, online and on-site also have. Okay, so do sign up. Okay, the seats are already being taken up already. So if you want to quickly secure your seat, okay, do go and sign up, fill in the form. Okay, then we'll get back to you. Okay, and there's an early promotion. So if you sign up quickly, then you can take part in the promotion. Okay, so thank you for joining us today. Okay, I hope you took away some useful strategies that you can apply in your exams. If you have any questions, okay, you can still contact us via email or WhatsApp, or go to our website, okay, for further information. Yeah, so once you know the strategy, it gets very easy, right? So at the start, you don't know how to do. After that, it gets easier. Okay, so that's all. If you are going to go sign up for the bootcamp, go and do so.